Hi, welcome to 3D Animation Exam. I am Autodesk Maya online teacher. Today we shall see how to make a teacup using tools such as Revolve, Combine and Bridge. Okay, let's start. Go to Create, CV, Curve Tool, Settings, 3 cubic degrees on. Go to Front Viewport. Near the main axis line, you can draw the side profile of the teacup. Use grid snap. It should be double layered. Once you have done it, press enter. Display CV on in the attribute. Surfaces, revolve settings. Around y-axis, segments 16, polygons on, control points on, revolve. The surface is black because normals are facing outwards, inwards, so we have to reverse the direction of the normals. Select the curve, go to curves, reverse direction. Okay. Now rename this as teacup. Here we have to create a handle. For that, what is generally used is torus, polygon primitives, torus. Bring it out, go to front viewport, increase the radius in the inputs, 2.7, rotate 90 degrees in X, and then you can do it clearly. You can switch off the grid in the viewport. Section radius can be 0.55 and sub-D height is 8. Now you place it and see whether it is okay or not. Switch on the wireframe on shaded and place and see. I feel this is okay. If you want little, you can increase the radius 2.8. Okay, fine. Now we have to delete the half of the torus. Go to face mode, select the half of the torus, delete. Now we have to extract the curves, this caliber curves. Go to edge mode, select them, modify, convert polygon edges to curve. Pivot is in the world center. It should be inside the geometry. So go to modify, center pivot. Select the lower portion of the edges. Modify, convert polygon edges to curve. Again modify, center pivot. Now we have got two curves. We should place it here on the teacup. Now select the curves and display on, display CV on. Select the handle and hide it for now. Go to right viewport. We are going to draw the edges around this curve using this curve as reference. Go to mesh tools, multi-cut. The edges we are drawing For that vertices will be there. That vertices should be equal to the vertices in the circle. Right? Enter. Now the lower portion too. Now we have to select the faces inside the edges, circular edges, and delete them. Yes, delete it. Now in the outliner, select the curves that you extracted, hide it. You can unhide the handle. Now we are going to merge this, that is combine these two objects. It should not be two different objects, as because we have to bridge this gap. So it should become the one single mesh. So select the teacup, torus, go to mesh, combine. Now go to edge mode, select the edges, edge, edit mesh, bridge. Same thing do here, edit mesh, bridge. Right, we have got the cup ready. One thing you will see is that these handle circles are not having corresponding lines, that is edges, in the teacup. So for that we have to apply a tool called retopologize. Select the teacup, go to mesh, retopologize, settings, edit reset settings, retopologize. Once we apply this retopologize, it loses the shader connection, so we have to deliberately give the shader. Assign new material. I am assigning standard surface Arnold's shader. Now I can apply the mesh smooth. You can see this corresponding lines are being added once after we did retopologize. So this is the effect we want. Now we can apply shader. Before that we can delete the histories. We are having so many histories here, we don't need that anymore. We have finished the modeling. Delete by type history. There is no history now. Curves we can hide. Now we have to create the saucer for this teacup. So switch on the grid. Go to create curve tools, CV curve tool. Press X in the keyboard for grid snap. This should also be double layer curve. Press enter. Go to display CV. You can see whether it is, you can check it. I think it's okay. Maybe we can make it curvature by pulling this downwards. can move it little upwards, then we can do the revolution. Go to surfaces, revolve settings, same settings. Yes, it's done. Now you can apply smooth to it, mesh smooth. If you want, you can increase its division. Okay, right. Now we can hide this curve, rename this as saucer. We have already applied the shader, acknowledge shader to this cup. The same shader should be applied for the saucer too. Go to Windows, Rendering Editors, Hypershade. Select the saucer, assign material to selection, double click on the shader. I'm going to give it blue color, and we can increase the metalness to 0.1 and let other things be default only. Switch off the wireframe on shader. We have to create a floor for this. Go to front view and align it properly, right. Scale up this a little. Switch off the grid. We need a light to render, otherwise it won't render. Scale up the light. This is the light's vector. This should point towards the cup. And scale it more. Now go to its attribute, that is light's attribute, and switch off the normalize. Increase the intensity to 1.5 and increase the specular to 2. Now we have created shaders and we have applied it to. Light is also created, floor is created. We have to create camera too. So create camera, name it cam, go to its attribute. In the output settings, this is called subtab. In the output settings subtab, switch on the renderable, close it. In the display options subtab, switch on the resolution, mask opacity 1, mask color 0, save action, save title, overscan 1.5. Now you can easily position the camera and then go for rendering. Add now, render. Takes time. We have given reflections, so it takes time. You can see here the reflection. It's 37% rendering is over. It's still in rendering. You can see that. The size of the image is 960 into 540. Yes, rendering is over. It has taken 30 seconds. Okay, if you want to do some changes, go back to Hyper Shader, then click on the shader, and you can change the color. The base, under the base subtab, you can change the color. I will try to change it to white color. Let's see how it looks. Roughness can be 0.05. And we can change the render settings parameters to increase the number of pixels. Camera to 4, this diffuse to 3, specular to 3, and filter we will switch to triangle. Width of the pixel is 4, and ray depth diffuse can be 3, specular also 3, and we have to total it. 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 8 14, so here like 14. Now you can close the render settings. As much as possible, here go with the default parameters of the render. Right now I showed you Gaussian, that is filter values we changed, diffuse, specular, camera and we changed. That is okay. Beyond that, try not to go, because it takes time to render. You need very good configuration for rendering. Only then you can experiment with the rendering parameters. So for this cup and saucer and small objects, this rendering parameters should be enough. It takes time to render. You can see it is creating the pixels, it is duplicating the pixels. It's taking time. You can see the reflections here, the shining here, specular. That is a portion of the specular. This is ambient portion. This is diffuse portion. This is specular. It's 24% now. So the rendering is over now. Okay guys, that's it for today. In the next video, we will see how to make a teacup using wedge tool, which is even more easier than this, using bridge tool and combine and all. So in the next video we will see. Okay, you can visit my website 3danimationyajna.com to know about my online classes and YouTube links. Please subscribe my channel to see more videos on my software. Thanks for being with me. Cheers.